with the introduction, which is I'm going to explain briefly about the project, which is the immobile paper carrier. First, I'm going to move with the background, followed by problem statement, and lastly objective. Back to our project background. The main purpose why we come out to do this immobile paper carrier is because we want to help the semi-paralyzed person who lay on their bed and unable to walk by their own when they want to go to toilet. And how if the caregiver that took care of them is smaller or slimmer than the patient itself. So the purpose of this immobile paper carrier is to help the user and the patient to go to toilet instead of carrying them, but this immobile paper carrier that help them to their movement is from one place to another. Back to the problem statement. The main problem that makes us come out with the idea is to solve the problem in transferring an immobile people or a bedridden from the bed to the wheelchair. And lastly, come to the objective part. Our objective is to solve all the problems that faced by the bedridden and the caregiver, which is in transferring the immobile people, and how if the caregiver is smaller than the patient, and lastly to make the transferring process easy than before. So our main objective is to invent a patient transfer lift that diminishes the workload and a risk of fracture to the patient, followed by to resolve the difficulty faced by the caregiver in transferring the bedridden from the bed to the bathroom. Third is to design a patient transfer lift that eliminates the risk of the patient being dumb. And lastly, to design a patient transfer lift that eliminates the risk of the patient being dumb or sleep, which possibly result in an injury to the patient.
Let me start off with an overview of the literature review. So first of all, like we explained before this, the whole idea of making this product was to simplify or ease the person who's in charge of taking care of the immobile person to simply move them from one place to another. So the basic idea was actually adopted by a few other existing products that are used in transferring objects or even people, living things from one place to another. But in this particular case, we are we are applying this product onto people who are immobile or incapable of moving. Now let's look into our design concept, where we have provided you with the overall view, the side view, the front view and the top view, where this design has been adopted by not only one or two existing products, but by looking into many other products that are available in the market. Now, let me explain to you in terms of functionality that we have adopted from other products. Now, let's look into the strap, where we have adopted the sit to stand position of the patient or the immobile person, where the people that we are going to transfer has to be seated first in order to be transported to another place. Now, we also have this base where it will convey the person onto it and then simply transport it to another place. Now, let me provide you with the patents that we have referred in order to complete this product. But before I proceed to the patents, let me just briefly tell you what are patents actually. What is patent in a way? Well, patent is more of a granting of property right by a sovereign authority to an inventor. Say there's an inventor, then he or she produces a product. Well, that particular person has all the rights over the design and every criteria of their product. So it is not right for someone to simply take over their design and use for their own goods. Well, again, this provides the inventor exclusive rights to the patented process, design or invention for a designated period in exchange for a comprehensive disclosure of the invention. Well, as we all know here, patent is more of taking care of the rights of the designer or the inventor. Now, let me explain to you what I've basically told you just now about the sit to stand position. It was actually adapted by this existing product, which is more of a prototype. Well, the patient or the person who's about to be transported has to be seated first. We cannot simply just scoop them up while they are on their bed. So they have to be seated in order to get them into position, which is the standing position, to transport them. Now next, this particular prototype is more of a stroller where we have applied onto our base, which consists of 6 wheels. So the concept of securing the patient and then strolling them to places will be this prototype. The last prototype will be this prototype, which is to secure the patient or the immobile person fully before they are transported. So in this, we are simply comprising of safety, transportation, and as well of functionality.
Yeah. Alright, right now we move on to the methodology of the project that we use to completing this project. First, identify the customer need, and then we establish the target specification, go through to generate the product concept. After that, we select the product concept and then test the product concept. Next, we go to the set final specification. Then we plan the development of the project and perform the economic analysis to complete the project. Alright, and then we go to the result and discussion of the project design.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the QFD that have been met for our immobile paper carrier from the result of the survey. The right here you can see is the customer needed for our device. The up here is for our technical specification, and we also do the benchmark with other companies to select what we need to upgrade or anything for our device. And below is for our target. So as you can see, the customer really needed for the portable, lightweight, easy to assemble, cost, strength, and durability. This is the main criteria that the customer really needed. For our technical specification, is we really need to discuss about the size of the base, material that we use for the strap, weight of the base, the material of the base, 360 movement of our device, and also the number of parts. So we need to consider all of this. So we have come up with the numbering. We come for the portable is 3 based on the size of device, and lightweight we get 9 for about weight of the base, because the customer really need our material using is in lightweight. So we get the next critical part is for the easy to assemble. So we get the highest mark is 9 here for the number of parts, because the customer also want the device is less part and easy to assemble. Okay, now we're going to talk about our morphological chart we have been made for the design that we need. The first row we have come with type of the frame that we get. There are 5 type of the frame that we consider in our design. So the next part is knee support. Knee support is used for the leg and the device that hold the patient from falling down. The third one is the patient holder that we use to hold the patient that hold our device, and also for the user to grab to movement of the device. Okay, the fourth row is the base that we consider in 5 of our design. We need to choose the best base, so get the patient are not easy to sleep. And the last one is the body strap material that we have been using to get the best, the most comfortable and the most strengthable for our device.
Next, we go on to the design concept screening. These are the concepts that we refer that we use to complete this project. As you can see, these are the 5 most rated concepts that we distinguish from our group to complete our project. Out of the 5 conceptual design, we conclude to 3 concept design that most suitable for our project. So, as you can see, concept 4 is the most rated, and the score is the highest for our project, which are 4.3 rather than 3 and 4, which are the scoring for our customer need is lesser. Alright, this is the 5 conceptual design that we obtained from the screening concept. So, as you can see, number 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5, our group preferably to choose the 4th concept, which are the most suitable concept for our project.
This is the BOM of our device. There are 15 parts that has been separated in our device. They are in handle, frame, small wheel, bolt, nut, knee support, and adjustable strap, and so others part has been exploded view. As you can see, the numbering for this part, as you can see, is for the quantity for the part that in number.
For our design, we apply the design for environment, and then these are the eco-design web, and the criteria is material selection, material usage, distribution, product use, optimal life, and end of life.
In design, we also apply our DMFA, which is Design for Manufacturing Assemble, which is the practice of applying DMFA is to identify the quantity and eliminate unnecessary part of insufficiency in a production design. And for the material selection, we have come up with 3 main material that we have been studying. The first one is stainless steel. Stainless steel is used as for the selected for our framework for the immobile paper carrier. The second one is low carbon steel, which is also known as mild steel, that we use for our base of our project. And the last one part that we are using is high quality polycarbonate, which is used for the handle of our project. In cost estimation, these are the BOM that we have been doing for the device, which is we pull out our part number classification, which is custom or standard, which means if the part needs to be custom, we need to custom it, or the standard we have to buy it from the aftermarket. The quantity also have been listed here, which is 1 and 2 for the handle is 1 and the next part is 2 and others. Also total part is 60, and the material that we will be using which is polycarbonate, steel, nylon, rubber, and also rubber bonded metal. And this is the produce assemble line, which is for the immobile paper carrier, which is our device. We have come up 4 main parts. This is handle, frame pipe, base and wheel. For the handle, we need to assemble the body strap. For the frame pipe, we need to assemble the knee support and the knee support pin. And for the base, we need to assemble the hex box and the caster wheel. And the last one, for the wheel, we need to assemble the hex box, bush and brake pedal.
So I will going through for our last part for cost estimation. So as you can see from this table, we are going through for our every part in our product by the price per quantity. We are doing this table in order to find our total variable cost that we will need in order to find our unit distribution. So we already know that our total variable cost is 287 and 84 same, and then let's say that we will sell our product with 350 ringgit per unit. So for our unit distribution, we just
we just take the selling price unit minus by our total variable cost unit, and then we got 89 ringgit. So for every product that we sold, we can get 62 ringgit that can cover our fixed cost. So that's all for our cost estimation. So as a conclusion that we got from all that we have been going through, first, the design of this device or the immobile paper carrier was filtered in so many ways and many times just to ensure the best and the most reliable design. And we coming into the filtering part of the design concepts, the screening, scoring, and the morphological chart that helps us in making a proper design. And then the design criteria were distinguished by means of the importance by using the quality function deployment method by generating house of quality chart. And lastly, the design was at last finalized when we found that our design concept meets all the requirements and criteria, like for example, safety, ergonomics, aesthetics, functionality, quality, and many more. So that's all for.
Icon, man, and my girl about a 10. I should fuck her in the Benz.